good, Brian. Thanks. Time now, 12:46 on your Thursday afternoon. Also time for In the Know. April is Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month. So on today's episode, we're keeping you informed about what sexual assault really is, the misconceptions associated, and prevention strategies. We're joined now by Carol Myrna, the CEO of the Center for Prevention of Abuse. Good afternoon, Carol. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having us. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And we have had you on air so many times in the past, and we've discussed this topic many times before. This is an important time, especially with the subject matter. What maybe are some misconceptions that people might have about sexual assault?
Well, sexual assault is something that is prevalent, not just in America. It's prevalent in Central Illinois. We know that 1 in 6 women and 1 in 33 men will experience sexual violence in their lifetimes, and that we know every 9 minutes, one of those victims is a child.
Wow.
We have a wide array of services at the Center for Prevention of Abuse, anything to do with interpersonal violence. So we're on top of whatever care might need to be provided, but we're even seeing some alarming numbers when it comes to the therapeutic services that we provide to survivors of sexual assault. Just from January through March this year, we received a number of referrals, but we received 107 referrals for sexual assault for children. So it's a tragic situation, but everybody can play a role in making sure that we provide the best possible care and that we do what we can to make sure that it's prevented.
Of course. And you say that many people can play a role, just about anybody. What are some ways that people can make sure they're staying aware and staying active of something that might be happening around them?
You know, I think that if everybody pays attention, they will see that they have events or unsafe situations that unfold around them every day. So we want to be a good bystander. So what does that mean? That means that we're intervening. That means that we are paying attention and calling law enforcement when necessary. If we have a bad feeling that something is happening, if it's not safe for us to intervene ourselves, absolutely we want to call 911 and make sure that somebody receives the help that they need. There is a number of things that we can do from a preventative level, and the Center for Prevention of Abuse has an amazing prevention education department. We have about 10 people in that department who are in all of Peoria public schools. We're in some Pekin public schools. We're in the Tri-County area, helping young people know what a healthy relationship is like. What does consent mean? What is peaceful conflict resolution, anti-bullying, and more? So when we can bring social and emotional learning into factor, then we are going to see reduced episodes of abuse and sexual violence. But we also have to create social norms. It needs to be a social norm that we are all intolerant of sexual violence. It's not something that we whisper about or joke about. It's something that we know exists, and we know that we can play a role in making sure that there are safe environments for the people we care about.
And you touched about being proactive and being aware too, you know, maybe for somebody out there who feels like, oh, I'm not impacted by this, or nobody I know that's impacted by this. What would your message be to them?
Everyone watching, everyone knows someone that's impacted by violence or abuse. And there is no question to that. When you're in the coffee shop and you look around and there's 10 people there, you can know that at least half of those people have been affected by some sort of abuse. So the fact that sexual violence happens with such frequency, we know that it happens every 68 seconds in America. Last year, we would say it happened every 98 seconds. So what is that acceleration about?
Sure.
Could be that more people are finding the courage to report. It's very difficult to do that. It takes a lot of bravery to be able to speak of a crime that's happened like that. But the fact that it does happen with such frequency is very concerning to us. The number of referrals that we're getting, we're glad to receive those referrals, to be able to provide care and help people find the trauma-informed care that they need and hopefully a pathway to peace. But it's still alarming, and it's a societal issue. We need everyone to play a role. Our prevention education department reached over 38,000 students last year. And that's wonderful. That's our effort to stop abuse before it starts.
Absolutely.
So we want to continue that. We want to support that, and we want to make sure that young people know what empathy is and what they can do to prevent the bad things happening later on.
Of course. And there are also plenty of resources online at the Center of Prevention of Abuse's website as well as our own. We'll make those available a little later today. Carol Myrna, thank you so much for being here with us this
Thank you.
afternoon.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back in just a bit. We'll take a look at this.